It's a little hard to explain just how impactful ERB was for YouTube during its time, and while the quality was always debatable, there's something really interesting about all the fan projects it started. I ate so many of these up so often during my earlier years in YouTube when I didn't actually really have an account. And they were all to varying qualities, but there were a lot of interesting ones that were written in unique ways, funny, or both at the same time. But we must never forget our roots.
Enough!
I probably could have chosen any of the other ERB parodies, but this one has such a chokehold on me. It was the first one I watched, and I recently found out it has like 4 million views on it. So I went to go rewatch it. I was like, this can't possibly be worse than a Matt Foreo rewrite. It wasn't, but it's still an ERB parody.
You're a pedophile!
This battle is so confusing in this quality. I don't know why everyone decided to make it. The team didn't really seem like they were getting into the production at all, especially since I've seen the now deleted behind the scenes, and I don't know, it straddles this weird line between just sincerity and a bizarre jokiness, but it doesn't actually get why it's supposed to be jokey. I don't know. The whole Slender and Jeff parts aren't actually really all that interesting, but then it gets into all the, like, intruders. You remember when Lennon came in? It's basically like that.
Dare than you!
Now hold on a second. This crazy master will bring horror you won't believe. Ain't okay.
Okay, I know that's probably not what some of us think it is, but it's still whiplash every single time. I haven't seen Hoodie and Masky in forever, so I don't even know if these costumes are accurate, but this is still just a kind of meh verse. I do kind of like that they swap lines. That's at least one interesting idea, but I don't know, I'm just moving on. I think this next verse is fine, but it starts to open a bit of a flaw in having so many characters with so many short verses, because this is what his raps sound like.
Slender man, you don't scare me, you're just a bitch!
Can't believe he went there. How could this even happen? There's really nothing interesting about this dog verse. I think I just want to move on. Wait, hang on. I think this part's familiar. Just give me a minute. Holy fucking white people gif. This next one's probably the peak of the battle, and I don't know why that guy's orange. Anyways, this is probably my favorite verse. I don't know if it's because I'm SCP biased or because it's got the coolest rhythm and beat, but the only real issues are the costumes and editing. Like, I don't know what's happening during all of this. A lot of other issues seem to come down to budget, but I feel like they could have just used this SCP model and that would have worked just fine, and this verse would have been even better. Anyways, what's the next one? Okay, dog, what the fuck is this? I legitimately have nothing interesting to say about this Ben segment. It's just so lazy with the deep voice and the still image. Like, really? It's just, I don't care. Next. Looking back, this just confuses me now. Why would they even use a costume for Missing No and SCP if they're not going to use one for Ben, when Ben's considerably easier? Also, this editing is, like, what is even going on? There's so much clutter in it. Okay, maybe I changed my mind. Maybe the Jeff the Killer part was more interesting, because at this point I kind of don't get what they're doing anymore. I'm not sure why I'm analyzing a goofy creepypasta rap, but it's weird how so many of these verses are funny, and then there's so many that are just nothing. I don't know. Anyways, y'all are not ready for the last one. I'm so not used to this look on this dude. It's not even a bad one, but it's been so long since I've seen his hair like that. I'm just so used to his Nathan Drake portrayal, which was epic, by the way. Anyways, this last verse is a really silly and awkward attempt to try and, like, roast everyone who's in this list, which is, once again, the Eyeless Jack problem, but, like, times 10 now. It's not good, but it's really funny, just with the, like, fake-ass demon voice and just the editing of it all. There's something truly amazing about this finale. It almost makes up for the Ben Drowned section. Unrelated to anything, but I really love this Guptil face Hoodie makes during this entire verse when he's on screen. The main reason I made this is because it's such a weird blur how I went from this to Freshy Canal. The whole history behind how ERB kind of shaped videos of the internet is sort of weird and inconsistent, but when I look back on this, I feel like there's a chance we might have not had some of the better ones we've gotten recently if it wasn't for this fucking Jeff the Killer rap. Do you think Jeff the Killer would never rap again if this didn't exist? A lot of internet fads degraded over time, but for some reason these rap battles just seem to be getting stronger and stronger. You can say what you want about them, but there's a clear amount of increase in passion from so many different creators who are just making these, because why the hell not? There's also some creators who make use of the ERB parody style, but with an updated production value, and they can range from hilarious to absolutely chaotic and incomprehensible.
Hero bride burning you worse than grassland villages. Look into my eyes, they're as wide as my privilege.
So yeah, that's about all I can really think of for this specific video. That was all I really needed to get out. Maybe I'll cover a different ERB parody next time, but for right now, this is basically all I have to say. And no, I'm not going to talk about Guy Fawkes versus the Joker. This is just why does this exist?
Wanna see a magic trick?
Here is your ass, and here's my dick.
Every poo-poo is pee-pee time.
Anyways, take care, and remember...
You're a pedophile. We live in a society!